What's up, my gnomies? Episode 38 of Dour Gnome Adventures is about to get started with Mark.
Mark?
Hey, our metronome is freezing.
Dimitri?
Mark? No, Dimitri.
Brian.
The rural gnome is also freezing.
Matt?
Dimitri?
Mark?
And I am your GM,
Dr.
Brian.
Scott.
On my mark.
All right. This is not the episode to reset hero points. So, who's going to give a recap for hero point?
I vote for Bob.
All right, fine.
Yeah, almost Dimitri's memory is somehow better than the rest.
So we are currently locked in a deadly battle of the bands between Darrow and the Mushroom Man and the Vercog 5 featuring Bob. And
I am definitely not the front man of this band.
well, it's named after your roles.
I can't even argue with that.
So we spent most of last session in combat against the Darrow, and before that, the session before that, we escaped combat with the Darrow, trading one of their dead for one of our +1 greatswords, because we had to retreat, but Vercog managed to kill one of them. Then we went back to town, we rested, we got more +1 weapons. Specifically, we retrieved the +1 Warhammer that Lord Ragnolf used to have until he tried to cave our faces in with it. And we exploded him. Well, just a head. Anyway, Borm carries that now. And I think Cinderspark managed to get a +1 rune transferred from an ancient rusty dagger onto the dog slicer. To slice more dogs, or to turn more things into dogs once they've been sliced.
Yes.
Then we snuck back in, successfully this time, and we kind of rushed in and took advantage of that. Things have kind of slowed down afterwards, though. We're in a slog because apparently there's one extra Darrow we hadn't encountered before, and he's also got some sort of magical abilities, and he's come out of a room full of glowing mushrooms, and his eyes are glowing like those mushrooms, and those eyes are either hypnotizing or he's dropping spells, whatever. Currently, we are still in combat. There was one point where Ryan got to showcase why the female spellcaster we encountered previously is called the Darrow Strangler, because she strangled somebody.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, and the Mushroom Man still stands, and he has been poisoning us. As I can see, there are still ongoing poison conditions on Borm, and actually one of the Darrow. So it's up in the air right now as to who will come out victorious.
Yeah, it's still anybody's fight. You have a new hero point. You can draw a card if you would like.
I guess I will.
We are at the top of round 5 in combat. Leading us off is Cinderspark.
Joined you.
Cinderspark is just south of the fire pit next to Borm. Has a Darrow southwest of him.
Poison Darrow.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And as I recall, Darrow had been previously slapped to shit and is kind of very worse for the wear, correct?
No. That one is in pretty good shape, actually.
I think the one by
you guys
me
have
is-
been slapping the Strangler and the Mushroom Man, which is why the Mushroom Man retreated.
He ran away like a little bitch.
And so did she. She didn't want to be flanked by you guys, so she ended up dashing north next to Vercog.
True. Okay, well, she's not that far from me.
You could actually get into a flank on the other side of Vercog, because that's 20 feet of movement.
I don't think you could stand there. That's a spot that is occupied by some items.
I don't know. It looks like the items are actually closer to the wall, but you're the GM.
True. You are. At last I checked, unless that has changed, Ryan.
It has not.
Oh, okay. Didn't think so. All right, well, let us instead do an underhanded assault.
Ooh.
That for you.
I do like this ability.
So do I. So since she is very helpfully standing next to Vercog, I'm going to sneak up on her, and assuming that the stealth succeeds, I get to stab her.
Okay.
So let us find out where is my fucking button? There. Okay. We shall roll yonder stealth, and well, that is 20.
20 is a success.
I love that.
I love that as well. So, would you very kindly get hit by a strike? And it's going to be a 26.
26 is going to connect.
Critically?
No, not critically.
Well,
is she off guard?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she still gets the sneaky sneak, which is perfectly fine. 10 shall be the number of the damage.
10 points of damage. Go ahead and describe your kill.
Yes!
I hand her the dog slicer and tell her to eat it, and she does, and then she dies, because that's a stupid thing to do. Then I pick up my dog slicer. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why you would eat a dog slicer. That's just idiotic. So for my next trick, I think Borm has that mushroom dude handled. You'll be fine. Huh? Probably.
Hopefully.
Nothing bad has ever happened to Borm before.
We shall soon see, Trebek.
I'll move up to the glowy boy, and then I shall be done.
Okay. With that, it brings us to Bob.
Bob is currently slowed. I don't know for how long, because this was an effect I made a save against last session, and I don't believe Bob has a similar effect, so he doesn't automatically recognize it. So does that remove one action and then go away, or does it remove one action and stick around?
It removes one action and then goes away.
Yay! Okay. Unfortunately, that leaves me with only two actions. So first one is going to be to sustain Hymn of Healing, and I believe it's on Borm.
That makes sense.
Think. So that would give Borm another 4 temp HP buffer for this round. And that unfortunately leaves Bob with only a single action. So we're going to do the tried and true. Here comes Courageous Anthem. Back up. And that is the only two actions I can do. So I'm going to right click to remove the slowed, because it's going to go down to a 0. And then I'm going to click end turn, because that's two actions. I'm done.
Well, thank you, Cinderspark.
You're welcome.
I believe that was Bob you are thinking.
No, I am thinking Cinderspark.
Because he thinks he's going to hit me with a line and also get Bob.
Ding, ding, ding. Should give you a hero point for that, but I'm not.
That's unkind.
No, you can give him a hero point to re-roll the save against this line.
Where is that spell? I was looking at it earlier. I was like, oh, I got to get them to line up. It's that one right there. So this guy is going to cast a spell. You see him waving his hands, and these magical auras emanate from him and blast out in a line directly through Cinderspark and to Bob.
Bob get any cover? No, he can center it on the vertices, and there's no cover from there. Boo.
Right.
Boo. Using geometry against me.
What I am going to need from Cinderspark and from Bob are will saves.
That's disgusting. I don't like that.
Is this an auditory or visual effect?
I'm detecting some desperation there.
It is not.
Is it fear?
It is not.
Okay.
All right. What do we have for some rolls?
I think we have some hero point spending, at least on Bob's part, because that is a 5 for a total of 12, and I don't think I want to be incapacitated.
I don't know what this does, so I think a 15, I'm just going to bet my life on.
Can roll with the 15? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to let Bob re-roll his with a hero point.
All right, that's definitely better. A total of 21.
All right. 15 and 21 are both failures.
Yay.
What?
See, I couldn't have done any better anyway.
However, neither of them are a critical failure.
12 might have
would
been.
The
Yeah.
12 would have been, yes.
Delightful.
So for a failure, is those dice, not those dice.
I don't like the plural of die in this particular case.
As long as it's dice and we don't die, that's fine.
Yeah, at low levels, you want to hear die instead of dice. At high levels, you want to hear dice instead of die.
All right. So that is 7 points of mental damage. You are both sickened 1.
Did they both fail?
Yes.
Yes.
21 was a failure.
12
Yes.
would have been a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Second one.
And something that is really, really cool, on your turn, you are going to take persistent mental damage.
That's not cool.
And
You make
I'll
me
put
sick,
that
Ryan.
on I'm sure I do.
As a matter of fact, there's a numerical value to how sick you make me.
1.
All right, and I can spend a single action retching.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. I don't think Bob has ever been hit with this. It's only been the frontliners. So Bob is going to join the vomiting committee.
Vomiting goblins. That's our party name.
We're going to find out if Bob can harmonize while vomiting.
I mean, we do go right one after each other, so we can, coordinate our retching.
And he
You can
uses
follow
his-
the expert.
uses his third action to move back down the hall, or back up the hall, excuse me.
Looks like a dead end in there, I'm just saying.
With that, we're going to move on to Borm.
All
Borm is
right.
going to take some fast healing.
Oh, it wasn't just the temp HP. I'm sorry, what was the fast healing?
When the spell is sustained, you gain 4 temp HP that lasts for 1 round. At the start of your turn, you get 4 points from fast healing.
Cool. Thank you. Borm is standing in front of a Darrow, so he will use his hammer and attempt to hit him. Sorry, remind me on the Shroud of Darkness that we currently see. I have dark vision, but I believe this is magical, right?
Shroud is on the Darrow or...
Actually, the Shroud of Darkness, that came off because Vercog did not sustain it the last time.
Yeah, no, that's not a Shroud of Darkness for us. It was for the individual Darrow.
It's an at 20 for a 30 to hit.
Oh, boy.
All right, go ahead and roll me some damage and then double it.
That is going to be a 2 on the die for 12 points of total.
That's doubled?
Yep.
All right. He is still up. He is still
All right.
up. Live and kicking.
All right, the second roll is a 16 to hit.
Yeah, a 16 is not going to connect.
All right, and we'll try with the third. That's not going to hit. That's a 9. That's the end of Borm's turn.
So you still take 3 points from persistent damage, but because you have temp HP, it takes away from the temp HP first, so you still have a point of temp HP after that.
I completely forgot about the persistent. Do I get a save?
Take the damage and then do a flat check. DC 15.
19.
19. So you can remove that condition from you. You will no longer take persistent damage after this round.
Unless the Mushroom Man does something again.
Unless the
Could
mushroom man...
we not put the curse on that, Dimitri?
That's exactly how...
Could we let the GM play his NPCs?
No,
Oh, the GM already had this planned.
this is literally what happened last session. Oh, wow. That's worse than I expected. How nice of you, Ryan.
I mean, it's kind of him to step into a flank, I suppose.
Yep. I'm sure Vercog loves the flank.
Hit him with a greatsword.
Actually, we'll move one further, I think.
Okay.
And we'll do our little shaky shake with our spore cloud. And I'm going to need fortitude saves from Vercog and Orm.
But this is a poison effect, so you guys get a bonus from Borm's aura.
What's the range on that?
15.
This is a sickened effect, is it not?
This is... no,
This is the poison.
just poison.
I'm going to use a hero point.
So am I.
Okay.
Not much better. 4 on the die for 13.
A 13, okay. What about Vercog?
I also have a 13. After I use the hero point.
And then roll the 5.
The Vercog 5, huh?
I'm
Yes, so you will now both take the 3 points of persistent poison damage on your turn.
And the Darrow.
The Darrow rolled a 19 and passed.
because of course he did.
But he already has that effect on him from previous rounds.
Yeah. So it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
It matters to me.
Fair.
Do the spores catch on fire in the raging bonfire?
They do not. They just kind of,
Shame.
go away. I'm sorry. That's sad, isn't it?
This is not the time to remind the GM for rules of a fuel air bomb.
Well, you don't want another
blasting it through at Bob.
you don't want another
Bob?
situation.
No, it would explode like the entire place and collapse all the caves, and then we'd be done.
So our deadly fungus slushy has used 2 actions to release his spores and moved into position to do so. With that, for Cog, you're not feeling so well as this poison takes effect.
I'm annoyed right now. So give me a second.
All right.
Not fun. This is not fun. I know that the Leshy has been beat up a little bit, so I will... Why is the one spell that I want to cast actually language dependent? It's so dumb. I'm going to cast a phase bolt on the Leshy.
All right, go ahead and roll their attack.
Yeah. 19.
19 is not quite enough to connect.
Of course it isn't. Okay, I'm going to cast a Shroud of Night at it. Make a will save, please.
Will save. That is a dirty 20.
Fabulous. Okay. It's the end of my turn.
All right.
When do I take the persistent damage?
You take the persistent damage now, end of your turn.
Okay.
So, and then roll a flat check.
Fabulous. It's a DC 15. There's no...
Yeah, just DC 15 straight up.
Yeah, I got it. Fabulous. I rolled a 12. Okay. It's the end of my turn.
All right. We are up to Robert Paulson the First, standing here just a little bit south of Borm. Takes his Atlas and swings at Borm's feet, trying to hook his leg and trip him. Let's roll to trip.
And remind me, this is 10 plus my reflex.
This is... Yes. That is a 15 versus your reflex DC.
Miss.
Man, that bothers me. I can't get you on the ground.
I'm sorry.
You have to do it the hard way through hit damage.
And he's going to take a strike at you with the Atlas. 18.
That is going to be a miss.
Miss, and going to move over here, just south and east of you.
Run like a female dog.
And he will take 3 points of damage. And I will roll a flat check. 14, he fails. We are to the top of round 6.
Mm-hmm.
Cinderspark.
Okay, well, Glowy Boy has retreated, so I'm gonna temporarily just walk back. Between the fire and the mushroom leshy, who is also now flanked because Vercog is there, and then I'm gonna try to stab him before I consider puking. But puking is on my mind. Just everybody be aware. I can puke now. I can puke later. I'm gonna choose to puke later.
As is persistent damage because it's mental.
Yeah, well,
Both are on your mind.
well, we'll burn that bridge when we come to it. Okay, so one stab. He is off guard because he is in a flank. And how does a 26 sound?
A 26 is going to connect.
I love that.
Off guard AC crit?
No.
Boo.
10. I'm very consistent with the fucking damage. Okay, 10 points of damage.
He is very wobbly.
Okay. Weebly and wobbly. Well, instead of puking, I will...
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Well, I'm going to stab him again instead of puking.
Okay.
I can puke later. I can puke at home. Well, I'm assuming a 9 is not going to connect.
A 9 is not going to connect, even flat-footed.
That's unfortunate. Well, now I'm thinking about puking even more. But I haven't done so. But it's going to be the end of my turn, so I'm going to take the damage now, correct? So I can...
Yes, sir.
Take that. Roll the recovery. And I get shifting on the die.
You get 15 on your flat check. So you recover, or no, take that back. Let me double check that. There was a special on that.
I think the special is the second because that's the against the DC of the effect, but the persistence says a DC 15 flat.
Yeah, so actually on this one, you would not do the flat check because, if the target recovers from being sickened, the persistent damage ends and the spell ends.
Okay. Well, you can...
I give you a peek behind the screen on that one.
Fair. No, you're going to have to put it back on because rolling the flat check, it automatically took it off.
Okay.
But that's it for me, so I am done.
But that might have influenced your actions if you knew that getting rid of sickened would get rid of the damage.
Well, how would I know that?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for testing the water for me. Because Bob is now going to attempt to vomit with more urgency than he otherwise would have. So, first things first. However, sustain the Hymn of Healing on Borm. This, I believe, is the second sustain. So I've got 2 more rounds of this, assuming I don't get stunned out of my actions. Borm now has a new shield of 4 temp HP. That's 1. Now, the other 2 actions are going to be to put Courageous Anthem back on, because anything that helps you guys hit my enemies is a good thing. And the third action is going to be to vomit. I was not supposed to click that. I was supposed to click this over here, which would let me roll my fort against the sickened. Yeah, somehow I don't think a 3 for a total of 9 is going to do. So that is actually the end of my actions. Do I need to click the persistent damage first, or do I need to just click end turn?
Click end turn and it should roll for you. 1.
I see question marks. Okay, all right. Yeah, it rolled a d4 where every corner was a question mark, so I couldn't actually see.
That is questionable.
Okay. It is. However, I am still sick, and I am still mentally hemorrhaging.
Yeah, after you vomit on your shoes.
No, there's a nice rack of whatever Darrow is storing on that rack. Now it has vomit. Rags! Yes, I slapped what's-her-face with a dirty rag off of there. Yes, I'm aiming for those rags, so they're even dirtier.
All right. Our Darrow friend that went back down the hallway, he comes back out just to the mouth of the hallway.
It's like
I'm
a
not your
whack-a-mole.
friend, buddy.
Yeah. He's only
Your buddy pal.
15 feet from Bob, about 20 feet from Cinderspark and our Leshy friend. Mm-hmm. And again, you see him wave his hands in the air, and occult signatures in the spell emanate around him and shoot out towards the Leshy.
Yeah, fuck that Leshy.
Yeah, fuck that Leshy.
Okay, like right here in public, he's just gonna fuck that Leshy?
Yep.
Get on with it.
That is all 3 of his actions. Borm.
Recover 4 HP at the start of your turn.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Borm, figuring 2 people have the Leshy, is going to step down towards the Darrow. And he will attempt an attack. 19 on the die for 29 to hit.
29? Ouch. That is a critical hit. That is your second one so far today.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's a 1 on the damage die for 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. He is also very, very wobbly, but still standing nonetheless.
All right. My second and last roll is a 20 to hit.
A 20 hits. Go ahead and describe your kill.
Yes.
Had only one left, huh?
Orm smashes the great hammer down on his head and says, "Enough with the poison."
Yeah, he had two hit points left.
So the poison probably would have killed him.
Yeah. Yep.
That is, it actually went back up to his turn, so I can no longer end mine, but that will be the end of my turn.
All right.
And then your temp HP goes down to 1.
Yeah, shit. Hold on, let me roll out. That's a 20 on the die, so I'm no longer poisoned as well.
Yay!
All right. Our newly rejuvenated fungus leshy. He is going to take a swipe with his fist and punch at Cinderspark.
Nimble dodge.
Yes.
Cinderspark nimbly dodges against a 22.
Okay, well, it's going to connect.
Just connects. One of those plus that is 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Rude.
And then...
No, and then. Yeah, go punch Bob.
Yo, what the fuck?
Gonna move over here. And... gonna do the range... Actually gonna do the ranged attack. Cinderspark. And limit how many times I get hit. The map... That is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, 26 misses because 22 it hits. I don't make the rules.
Well, yes, the nimble dodge is actually lowering your AC.
It's true.
That is 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And that also comes with a fortitude save.
That's kind of it.
As the pod nails you right square in the gut.
It's a 22.
A 22 is a success.
Wonderful.
That is 3 actions. Rakog, this fungus leshy moved away from you.
Can I move here?
You wouldn't be able to move there, no.
Okay. Okay. How is there no other place I can stand and hit both of them? No, I can move them.
Just north of the...
Could you let me play my character? Please. Okay, Ryan, I'm moving to that vertex. I have enough movement.
Okay.
Okay, and I cast Haunting Him. It is a basic fortitude save for the 2 of them. The DC is 18, and it does not hit Bob.
All right. So our Darrow friend has an 11.
Okay, he fails. Fabulous.
And our Leshy friend has a 23 for a success.
Okay, remind me when defense is basic fortitude, does that just negate?
Nope. So the failure will take full damage.
Fabulous.
And the success will take half.
Fabulous. So let's roll some damage. Ooh, and the +1 from the Courageous Anthem. Did not roll a 1. Great success. Total of 4 for each of them.
4. And he will take half of that.
Okay. Okay, I'm rolling. I got a 3, so I'm still taking damage. So there's my 3. I have taken it. Okay. I actually did something productive. I pat myself on the back. And Cindy.
And the bird squawks in approval. Yes.
Like improvement.
I'm making up words as I go,
All work.
It's been a long week.
It's fine. It's all good. Improvement is a much better word.
I think so. Improvement. Cinderspark, what do you want to do to end this combat?
Probably die. So I'm going to move over here and step into a flank with Bob on the Leshy. The Leshy really likes being flanked, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I'm going to slice at it. And have a 19.
A 19. Thanks to being off guard.
Yes.
Is a hit.
Wow. In such a case, would you kindly take 12 points of damage?
Ouch.
Do it
And
again, do
with
it again.
that, you slice right through the Leshy and decapitate him.
Love that.
Finally.
Okay, for my last
Wow.
action, I'm going to throw up on his corpse.
Yes.
I get a fortitude save. C is going to be a 22.
22. All right, that is not a success.
Oh, yeah. 21 was a failure as well, so I guess it's even higher than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly. This also clearly means that I'm going to fucking die because I can't pass the save.
And with that, as this Leshy falls to the ground, he explodes in a burst.
Are you kidding me?
No. I'm
Fucking
not.
what? Oh, God. You put him right next to me for this reason, didn't you?
Okay, let's take the burst.
Come on,
How
Ryan.
big is the burst for the record?
Yeah.
Does he catch the last standing Darrow?
I fucking hope so.
Yeah, me too.
Is it
The
a
burst
five or
is about that big.
Oh, fuck
What
off.
the?
Are you kidding me?
It even hits the bird.
I could have hit Bob from anywhere. So yes, it's
Thanks.
30 foot radius. Everybody,
What?
7 points of damage.
Okay.
No save.
No save.
Cool.
No.
I love that. That's fucking great. Yeah, thanks. Ryan.
That's an excellent fuck you.
Fantastic.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Well, at least it wasn't carrying poison as well on the death explosion.
Oh, you know what? I take that back. I'm sorry. I read that wrong. You guys are not fungus, and you would not be healed. You guys don't take any damage. So go ahead and take that back.
Wait, what?
Sorry, I read it wrong. It's
So
2d8
7 damage.
healing.
It was okay.
2d8 healing to other fungi.
Okay, but no effect on anything that's
No effect on anything else. No.
Okay.
Okay.
So, man,
Great.
I was all excited
Okay.
about that.
He still blew up.
Yeah, come on. That was kind of ridiculous.
Okay, Cinder Spark. Next time, hit him a little less hard.
All right, Cinder Spark. It's rolling for some reason. It's rolling on my side. That is a 1 point in the D4.
Okay.
All right. Bob's action number 1 is sustaining Song of Healing on Borm. This is the 3rd sustain. Borm refreshes for temp HP. How near death does Cinder Spark and Overcog look?
Don't worry about me.
I am a quarter of the Cinder Spark that I normally am.
Okay, well, I've still got 2 focus pool points, so I'm spending another one to cast Hymn of Healing on Cinderspark. This is going to be all of Bob's actions. Cinderspark now has a shield of 4 temp HP for the round. But Bob is done, so Bob cannot vomit. Bob is not allowed to vomit no matter how much Bob wants to. How much damage does Bob take for not vomiting?
Bob takes 3 damage.
Okay, Bob doesn't like that. But Bob's not allowed to have an opinion about that because Bob's out of actions.
All right, and our remaining Darrow with the glowing eyes is going to step in front of Cinderspark, between Cinderspark and the wall, getting Bob and Cinderspark lined up nicely.
Again? How nice.
Yes. And as a spontaneous caster, he can do that again. So how about will saves from Cinderspark and Bob?
Sure,
That's
why not?
looking good.
And of course, sickened makes it worse.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So how's a 16 sound?
16 sounds like a failure.
I thought so.
What about Cinderspark?
I mean, 22 sounded like a failure last time, so I don't know why it would succeed now.
Yeah, 2 points of damage.
Yeah.
Both of us?
Yep.
And then,
And then you're already sickened one. It does. I don't believe it increases. So
does it not?
no, I don't think so because the critical failure is sickened 2. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it at sickened 1.
Okay.
That's
I'm not going to argue.
Yeah, 3 actions, and I rolled minimum damage, so that felt like a waste. Borm,
Love that for you.
you can get into this this fracas.
Jump over the fire.
Yeah,
Be a
Unfortunately-
Zoroastrian.
Borm wouldn't be able to. I've been
Yeah,
wrong
and-
about his land speed before. I think it's 20 feet.
And that space is occupied anyway by the debris or whatever.
Cool. So I'll use two movements to kind of make my way around there. I have more than enough, Ryan.
Yep.
And then I'll take a singular swing. So 20 on the die for 29 to hit.
A 29 is
Wait, you
going to
rolled the
connect.
Oh, yeah. I know. Sorry. Just out of habit. It is a crit.
So that is a critical.
And that's an 8 on the die for 22 points of damage.
He is still up, but he is.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, hold on. Did you remember to heal up 4 at the start of your turn?
No.
You have fast healing.
Okay.
Orm's going to be all the way back up to full by the time.
Oh, well, he's
Damage.
the only party member who doesn't have persistent damage on him now.
That's true.
And that's the end of Borm's turn.
All right, Verkog, go ahead.
Okay, we're going to cast Fear. I want to see what his will save is like.
Oh, a little fear. His will is a 20.
Okay, it is a success, but he is currently frightened 1. And I believe the duration is 1 round for that. Failure would make it 1 round.
Well, if frightened just comes off, ticks down 1 at the end of your turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it says duration varies. Okay, so since I have now dropped his will by 1, we're going to also try to throw a Shroud of Night. My DC is still 18, so please roll another will save.
I don't want to roll another one.
That's a shame.
That is a 21.
Okay, he succeeds. Okay, that is the end of my turn.
All right,
Indeed.
Cinderspark. He is right there in your face.
But before that, remember, you currently have fast healing 4.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. I need to roll a flat check.
Oh, good catch.
That is a 7, so I'll take my 3 damage.
Right. All right,
Wonderful.
Cinderspark.
Got his back against the wall.
Is there a space to stand on the other side of him, or is that a wall?
It
A wall.
looks like a wall. I know I'm short. I'm not quite that small. Ugh. Okay, well, we're going to try to throw off the sicken first. So we'll get a fortitude and likely fail. Let's see, is a 23.
23 is not quite enough.
Yeah, okay, so I can only succeed on a fucking 20. Thanks, Ryan. I love you too. I'm going to stab him now, because he's an asshole. But I'm assuming his AC is higher than 18.
It is higher than 18, even with the frightened condition.
Excellent. Well, and since I have nothing better to do with my last fucking action, because I'm not going to be able to fucking hit him, I may as well fucking roll another fortitude save by retching again. That's going to be lower than last time. So we're going to be done then, at which point...
2 points of mental damage.
Uh-huh.
Still got your temp HP.
And Bob, what do you want to do?
Well, there are many
And in the
things
corner?
Bob wants to do, but Bob doesn't get to do them because Bob has more important things he's doing. He is sustaining the Hymn of Healing on Borm for the last time. So Borm again has a shield of 4 temp HP. That's action 1. Action 2 he is sustaining the Hymn of Healing on Cinderspark. So Cinderspark is back up to 4 temp HP. And action 3 is, I guess I'm just not going anywhere this combat because you guys need Courageous Anthem to hit the dude. And I just don't have the time to vomit. I'm a busy guy, okay? I don't have the time. So give me my mental damage because I'm ending my turn.
Any consolation, D, I'm not going much of anywhere either.
That's 3 points of mental damage.
How delightful.
All right. Our friend here.
Not our friend.
Yes, he's
No.
friendly. He's friendly.
Nuh-uh.
Prove it.
He's getting a little too friendly for somebody who's hurt now. Do we need
He's
to
not
report him to the Darrow authorities?
He's not frienderific. He's not friendulous.
True facts.
He is
He
going
was
to-
friendly. He'd cast Soothe on us.
Yeah.
Like he did to the Leshy.
It's true. Well, look what happened to Leshy. He blew up.
Again, he begins casting a spell.
As a
As-
direct consequence of the Soothe, yes. Healing
As
the Leshy killed him.
Has some occult signature to it. And get everybody. Cannot get everybody.
Hit yourself.
Get everybody but Cinderspark or everybody but Bob. Bob's just sitting in the corner. Let's get everybody but Bob.
No.
Target everybody, and I need fortitude saves from Cinderspark, Borm, and Verpon.
I abstain.
He could have hit me if he hit himself.
Is this subject to divine health?
Is it disease, poison, or fear?
So, this is something that we actually talked about in our Discord channel this week. This is Noise Blast.
Uh-huh.
So, Bob, I'm not sure if you were in there and saw.
Oh, yeah, I saw. I'm just waiting for you to say it.
Fosware?
Yep. My friend Josh.
Yeah, Fosware pointed out, like, within it, it's like a deafening, it'd be like a bomb going off or a loud noise within the car, but outside the car, you could still hear it. It's just not damaging. So, Bob, this is
an opportunity for me to use my reaction to counterspell, is what
you
tell
got
me.
it.
The problem is that I have 0 focus pool points remaining.
Glad we discussed this.
Well, I wanted to get that out because it was a rule, not necessarily a rule, but it was a ruling thing, and I liked the way that ruling sounded better than the way I did before.
Okay.
So, how does Cinderspark fare on
Oh, I got a 50. Just
15? And Vercog?
A 13.
And Borm?
And I know how much damage this does. I'm not happy.
23.
23 is a success. All right. So we need 2 of those dice.
Yeah, sorry guys. My sheet currently says 0 focus pool points.
Okay.
That is 7 points of damage to Cinderspark and Vercog.
Okay.
And Borm will take 3. That is 2.
God damn it.
Did you go down?
No. And put it on the wrong spot.
And with his final action, he is going to pull his Atlas out.
In public?
Yes. And wave it in your face.
Buy me dinner first.
Borm. Oh, and by the way, you guys are also deafened? Yes. Deafened for 1 round on the failure. Borm is not.
Okay, cool. Borm is going to hear his death. With a 4 on the first attack for a 14 to hit, I do not believe it would.
No.
The second, 22 to hit.
22 is a hit.
1 on the die for 5 points of damage.
All right. He is still up and ready to cast more spells.
The last one is going to be a 12 to hit.
Also not going to connect.
I get
Does
fast
spell-
healing. Sorry.
Does
You
spellcasting
do.
have-
Sorry, go ahead.
No.
Yes, you do get the fast healing.
This is the last round. You get fast healing and the temp HP.
What were you saying, Matt?
Deafened. There is there is an effect involving auditory effects. It's a spell casting involve auditory effects.
No.
Okay, cool. I am going to pop off a... Do I have any cover in between me and him? No, I don't think I do. So a needle darts for you. Going to attack. We have Courageous Anthem. This number plus 9 is an 8. A 17?
17 is not going to connect.
Fabulous. So I will cast a Shroud of Night on him.
Okay. And you will need
Why is
a
it
will
saying
save.
deafen DC 5?
I guess that's the answer to your question because it's coming up
Okay.
with every spell.
It's green. I'm assuming that's good. Okay. Make a DC 18 will save for me, please.
Ooh, that is not going to get there. That is a 10.
Fabulous. Okay. So at this point, he needs to make DC 5 flat checks in order to target us.
Yay.
I am making... Oh, wait. It's in the... There we go.
Sorry, yeah.
That is a 16. Okay. The effect stops. I will take my 3 points of damage, but the effect is Gonski.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So
My turn. Sorry.
the auditory, casting a spell does have the auditory trait. So
I kind of figured, but it
Yeah.
didn't say it in, like, there are so many tags associated with actions, and when
Yeah.
it didn't say auditory, it seemed odd to me, but that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to broach the subject. Honestly, if this adventure is us learning PF2 and upending assumptions we might have going in, that is honestly an important moment for me.
yeah.
Okay, I pass my turn to the Bob.
It's actually should be Cindy. I got moved because it dropped me.
Okay. Yeah. Cinderspark, you are toe to toe with this guy, and he keeps messing with you.
Yeah.
Get him, buddy.
Yeah.
Please put the Courageous Anthem back up because it took
It
it
should
off
be on
because it
good.
was momentarily my turn. So just remember a +1.
You can add a...
I got it. Okie dokie. So we're gonna take this one strike with the dog slicer and roll total of 20.
A 20 is going to miss.
Lovely. I'm gonna
he's not
vomit on his
frightened.
fucking. I'm gonna vomit on his fucking shoes.
Wait, did you remember the +1 from Courageous Anthem?
That's why it's a 20 and not a 19.
Ooh.
Okay. And then I'm going to may as well make the fortitude save, or fail the fortitude save. This is a 20, which is a failure.
Yep.
I'm gonna take my last action to step over here. A, because it's stepping on your reminder, and B, so we're not in a fireball formation anymore. So and then I will end my turn. I actually did not do the.
You got 3 points of persistent damage.
First, at the start of your turn, fast healing 4. Second, you still have temp HP.
I got it.
1.
All right, Bob.
And
What would you like to do?
I am done sustaining the Song of Healing on Borm. Sorry, Borm, no more temp HP. I am not done sustaining Song of Healing on Cinderspark. I think this is the first time I'm sustaining it, so your temp HP is back up to 4. That leaves me with 2 actions.
It's the second time you sustained it, but yeah.
It is? Okay, then yeah, second time, still the same effect, but I've got 2 actions. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Does he look fairly wounded?
I mean, Borm gave him the business last round.
Yeah, he
That is
looks.
true.
He's pretty worse for wear. In old terms, he's
Helps
bloody.
Everybody though. Whatever. Let's do Courageous Anthem, and well, when does he act? He acts next,
Mm-hmm.
You could kill him, Bob.
and I think I'm gonna. I think I'm actually gonna bring out the big guns,
Okay.
which I've showed you guys before. Horse barrage.
What is?
Horse barrage is big guns. Now, unfortunately, I only have 2 actions, so I can't
Yeah, that's still
spend all
pretty
3.
good, dude.
So he is eating 2d4 plus 2, if I'm reading this correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Can you throw it in chat?
It's already in chat. I'm just
Oh,
trying
no,
to
never mind. I didn't
make
see it.
sure
Okay.
I've got the Not sure how I can add. Oh, there it is. There's an add button. Oh, I did it wrong. It's force damage, so I have to pick force. Then I have to do a +1 here. Force.
You get the +1 from the Courageous Anthem as well.
I don't have a Courageous Anthem.
Oh shoot! Yeah, okay, because you sustain. Sorry.
Right.
Nah, I was hoping.
Can't do both.
How long does Deafened last?
1 round.
All right.
That's gone.
So he is eating a total of 7 points of force damage directly to his face. Is he still standing after that?
7 points?
That's
Yes.
correct.
He is still standing.
Well,
7, not 8.
Yeah. Okay, so I am going to click and turn, and it's going to brain vomit me for how much
1
damage?
point. 1 point.
1 point of brain vomit. Yay.
All right. And with that, he lets out a shriek. And I'm going to roll an acrobatics check to get by Borm. It's because it's a narrow space between him.
Yeah, you said nobody could stand there.
Yep. What's your reflex DC, Borm?
That's going to be 16.
All right. That is 17 plus whatever it is.
As he tumbles by, Borm is going to do the thing where like tries to make him flinch by punching, and then lets him go.
I like that a lot.
Does it take extra movement to tumble through?
Half speed, I believe.
Yeah. Uses all 3 move actions to head straight south back down the southern hallway.
Ooh, I can see you. I can see you.
Borm, what would you like to do?
Borm is going to follow him. Hold on. Sorry, on the UI, where the hell is the land speed listed? Oh, there you go. I found it. 20 feet.
Yeah, it's probably because of the armor you're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, you needed a 3rd move action, huh?
I do. Don't you have... does Bob have any of that 5?
Oh, that is a good point. Yes, I actually do still have a hero point. I'm going to discard the card that I got the hero point, which I've used. So what I'm going to use is the Surge of Speed. So I play this at the start of another creature's turn. Hello, Borm, you are a creature. That creature is quickened on its turn and can use the extra action only to take a single action with the move trait. So you get an extra move.
Oh,
it's like
extra
a bonus
5 feet.
action. Yeah.
So you got one of those moves is free.
First one's free.
Get him, Bormy.
Well, it's a good thing we discussed this, isn't it?
Yeah. Can I just straight up walk past him as well in this hallway?
You're going to have to do the same thing he did.
You could just
roll,
walk
kind of
up
tumble through.
I wanted to get on the other side of him. It's fine. I'm just going to roll the first one. Oh, no. Darn it. Ryan, can you do me a favor? Can you roll for me? Because I'm having an issue with the pop-out UI.
Yep. What's you rolling an attack?
Yeah, with the hammer. I only have hotkeys set up for the sword that is lost.
All right. I'm just going to use your UI. Roll. Reveal to everyone so everybody sees it.
I like how it's not a crit this time.
Yeah, I used Foundry UI. That is a 15 to hit, which is not going to hit.
Okay.
Are you
That is the end of my turn.
Okay.
Damn.
For Cog.
Okay. Let's see. I am currently 45 feet away. I am going to move 5, 10, 15. And I am now going to be 25 feet away. To avoid cover, I will cast a Phase Bolt. Failed the flat check anyway, doesn't matter. No, he definitely would have gone away. For the viewer who cannot see my dice, on that particular round, I rolled a 1 to hit. And then for giggles, I decided to roll the flat check, the DC 5 flat check for deafened, which was a 2. So I am useless this round, and I pass to Cinderspark.
All right, Cinderspark. It appears that this Darrow fled south in fear for his life.
It's nice. I can't fucking catch it. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here vomiting.
Do you remember the healing, though?
I did.
All right, Cinderspark.
Okay, I vomit once. I vomit twice. And for shits and giggles, I'll vomit a third time. Yep, that's an effective round.
You do still have temp HP against whatever that roll is.
That is 4 points of damage.
You no longer have temp HP.
Thanks.
That was an entirely effective round. Yes.
All right, Bob.
Okay. Well, this is the third time I'm sustaining the song Hymn of Healing on Cinderspark, so you have temp HP again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, Bob can't actually see this dude, but Bob is kind of fucking pissed. So, let's see. Where is my distance measuring tool? If Bob wanted to go one speed, that would be 25. That should not be... 5, 15, 20, yeah. Right, that would be 30, that would be 25. Let's see. Can we see him from over there? Yes, we can. Bob still has one action. Bob is still pissed. Bob still has spell slots for Force Barrage. Bob is casting Force Barrage with a single action. Each 2 points, bitch.
And he's still standing.
God damn it! I end my turn. Give me my damage.
2 is the damage.
You're going to have to tell me what spell he used, because I'm going to use it on your guys every single combat.
And he runs 60 feet down the corridor. It turns left, and...
You need more map, Ryan.
I know, I need more map. It turns left towards the west. That is
stage left. All right.
That is 3 actions. Form, you saw him run out of your view as he was going deeper into this cavern that does descend.
Sorry, which direction between left, stage left, and the
So he went
direction would it be?
He went straight south and then left.
Audio left.
Yeah.
If up on the map is north, he went west.
West, yeah. Sorry.
He followed the tunnel, right?
Yeah, but if we're following the tunnel, it would bend towards our right from that viewpoint.
Right.
No, left.
Do we have ranged attacks?
You would think.
Form is going to give up chasing him, understanding that he is unlikely to have enough speed to do so. So he'll head back to the campfire and ask if anybody has seen a sword laying around. And that'll be the end of his turn.
As a matter of fact, last session we did, but I don't believe Borm was in the room because Borm walked in when combat was joined and was a little too busy.
Right.
Everybody's done giving chase?
I don't see a way that I can get there.
Well, you don't have to get
able
there.
To see him.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and end the encounter as he can... Oh, what?
If I move... I can move 40 to... Well, still, I would only have one action, so it doesn't matter. Never mind.
Okay.
And I don't think you can end the encounter because we're going to be suffering from round-by-round damage.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't make for a good recording going round by round.
I mean, it will eventually kill me, though, is the whole problem, because I don't think I can pass the stave.
Yeah, and it's going to kill me, too.
I am expert in medicine. I can assist you with your saves, I believe.
I don't think so.
Okay, never mind.
And how long does your medicine take? Like, can you do it in combat?
I can't do it. so don't worry about it.
Problem is the sickening condition is not treatable.
So basically, it's until we roll a crit, and we're going to have to stay in rounds to see if we can roll a crit before we run out of HP.
Yep.
Real quick, I have a singular wand of heal. I can never figure out if heal is on my spell list. It is divine. But I don't have
figured out that you could activate it without having the spell.
Yep.
Yeah, I also had a card doing it, but anyway, I guess if somebody that better understands not only 2E mechanics, but has a better role than me, by all means.
No, it's got to be you because divine isn't the power source that Bob uses. Bob is a cult.
Cool. All right, who needs it more? Let's just get this out of the way, and then we can do all those rolls.
Bob's still got half of his HP.
That's about what I got now.
Well, you're going to recover another 4.
Okay.
Because there's still one sustain left, right?
Mm-hmm.
It goes up to 4. So
right.
You will still get, next round, Bob goes, you'll get another 4 temp HP cushion. So you'll end up higher than Bob. If that's the reasoning for who gets wanded.
Okay, and sorry, real quick, not to belabor this any longer, but it is a wand of heal spell. The heal spell has basically the singular action, secondary action, like concentrate thing, right? Does the wand allow you to concentrate for the emanation? Or no, is it singular range of touch?
So concentrate is just what it takes to cast a spell.
No, right, I know. So can I use 3 actions using a wand to have the 30-foot emanation instead of the singular action range of touch that is on the heal spell?
Yeah, it's the heal spell, so you could do...
Okay.
So as long as we huddle, you can just heal everybody with that activation.
Right.
Love that.
All right, but it is a 1d8, so...
It's better than 0.
We'll see. 7.
That's
Nice.
better than 0.
I am over half. And I don't know how much time we plan on spending down here, so I roll out my healer's kit and look at the various wheals and blisters and such that are on my body and take a deep breath and start treating myself. It's going to take about 10 minutes.
All right.
So we're just going to resolve the sickness.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to handle it in turn orders, then Cinder Sparks first.
All right, go ahead.
1, 2, and 3. 3 should be the number of the failures.
Okay. You still have your temp HP shield. This is the last one.
Yes, but I have to roll the die. Yeah, well, there it goes.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to click on the sickened. It lets me roll Fortitude. And since I'm no longer sustaining, I'm doing this 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Well, ouch. So that was round 1.
Yeah.
Back to you.
For Cog, you can go ahead and just do your rolls, whatever you need for healing while this is going on too, because you have the continuous recovery. We'll just say that time passes too. And then Cinder Spark, how did you do on?
I told you it's gonna kill me.
And there's no way for us to stop this.
You need a way to treat sickness. This is not a disease. It's not a poison, so it can't be treated through medicine.
Well, I got a +6. If I roll, we know 23 doesn't make it, so I need a 19 maybe.
I can stabilize you guys. You die.
Does Soothe give you a bonus on?
Let me double check. +2 status bonus on saves against mental effects for the duration.
Oh, mental effects. Yeah.
This is because that's what the persistent damage.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
You realize that doesn't actually help that much, though, because again, like Rolling the fucking DCs.
We can make this work.
Difficult.
We can make this work, but let's start with Cinderspark. It is your turn because I'm out of actions right now since I just did it. So this is like third round.
Shit, I keep fucking clicking the wrong goddamn thing.
So that's 3 no's, and you take your damage. Then, on Bob's turn, Bob is going to spend 2 actions to dump a rank 2 Soothe into Cinderspark. Because it's a signature spell, it can be heightened. I'm rolling that healing, which is 2d10 plus 8, and Cinderspark recovers 20.
Nice.
And you get a +2 to your rolls next round. But that leaves me with 1 action, so I only vomit once.
All right.
Nope. And I'm taking my damage. Delightful. I do still have 1 more spell slot for Soothe, which I'm going to aim at myself next round.
All right.
Okay,
But
so
it's your round now.
This is going to be a +2, correct?
Correct. And that will last for 1 minute, so you have 10 rounds of +2, right?
So you just need to roll an 18.
Thanks. Did that go?
I don't see a +2 in there.
No, it didn't add it. Okay, it doesn't matter.
+2 is not going to get the 11 up to
No!
That'd be,
well, what is
there we
it?
go. It's 26 so total.
26. You are no longer sickened.
Yay.
Or no.
Oh,
yeah, no
I know
longer
what
sickened.
happened. You know what happened? The Soothe put the +2 on Bob, not on Cinderspark.
Oh, yeah, that's-
Russ.
All right. Let's
So
go
the
through
persistent
Bob's.
damage goes... I'm sorry, hold on. The persistent damage goes away when the sicken goes away?
Yes.
So I'm not taking the persistent damage.
No.
Okay.
So both of those are off of you. That's great.
Okay.
All right. So now on Bob's turn, Bob has to cast Soothe on himself out of the rank 1 slot. And the healing is a d10 plus 4. And this healing is only a 6, but I will apply it to myself. So now I get 1 vomit with a... see, I can click Soothe to be on for this and roll it. Does it 26 hit?
26 succeeds. You are no longer sickened.
All right. Soothing healing from Bob managed to end mental torment.
Do I get a hero point for that?
No.
No.
You get a -1 hero point for doing this to the heroes.
Vercog, did you get all the way healed back up?
No, because I crit failed my heal check. I rolled a 1.
You got continuous healing, so every 10 minutes you can continue do a...
It's not been 10 minutes yet.
Well, but now we can actually take time because we don't no more have persistent damage.
What is Borm doing during all of this?
Borm is going to rustle around, knowing that he can't really help with any of the medicine stuff, and just take a look at belongings, and then potentially look at this dead child, which I'm not sure he interacted with.
Dead child?
Yeah, the corpse in the pen. Or
The
was it a
corpse in the pen?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so Borm goes over to take a look at the corpse. Laying next to the corpse, he sees the sword that he was carrying previously.
Oh.
It looks like it was just tossed in there. As you can see scrapes along the ground where it slid to a stop next to the body.
Understanding that everybody else is doing something else, and that cages are meant generally to keep things in. Although he's not afraid of the corpse, he will wait until everybody is ready to open the door.
All right.
Okay.
All right. And with that, we will find out what is in that cage next time.
Dun dun dun.
No.
Thank you for listening to Dour Gnome Adventures. If you enjoyed our show, check out our website, dourgnomeproductions.com, for links to our social media and Discord community. Also, don't forget to leave us a review on your podcast app of choice and share us with your friends who might enjoy our show. New episodes drop every Monday. Dour Gnome Productions uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc. used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Dour Gnome Productions is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. We are playing through the Pathfinder adventure Rusthenge by Vanessa Hoskins. Music and sound effects for this podcast by Michael Ghelfi Studios, Filip Melvin, and Kevin MacLeod. Dour Gnome Adventures is the property of Dour Gnome Productions.